Hello and welcome to Universes Collide. My name is Wander, and here, please read the rules above. Also, everybody who's been waiting for this episode, I am very sorry. I had a busy schedule these past 2 months, so I was stuck doing a lot of things, and I was able to record audio for most of the episode, but then it got deleted, and then I had to write a script, so I'm sorry. So let's get to our two opponents. D.Va, Overwatch's Korean gamer girl mech user, and Imp, Zomboss's trusty little imp who has a ginormous mech. Which one of these mech users will win in a fight to the death? His name is the Imp. His height is unknown, however, he's one of the shorter characters in the series. And well, for his backstory, him and his mech were made to help Zomboss take over the future of Zomburbia. And a whole bunch of other imps came by that were similar to him. But for his powers and abilities, Imp has enhanced strength, speed, durability. He's fast enough to dodge Sunflower's light beams, which are calculated to move at most hypersonic to even superballistic speeds, and Citron's juice lasers. However, even though these are confirmed to be somewhat of citrus juice, they still should apply as normal lasers as well. Imp's boosters also give him a huge speed boost and allow him to perform a move known as Imp Kata, where he spins around in a rapid succession shooting lasers and bullets at everyone nearby. Imp's weapons can also scale to the Smash, who is able to harm Wall Knight, and Wall Knight being thrown through this large golf course castle in a missile head-on. The Smash himself was strong enough to create this large city block level crater. Well, that's pretty impressive. Well, the Imp himself doesn't have too many strength feats. I wanted to mention some of the strength feats that Imp has on his own, such as being able to destroy walnuts, which are calculated to be at most wall-to-small building level, and being able to destroy and hurt most plants, which are basically it. But for weapons and arsenal, Imp has the gravity grenade, a grenade of energy or something that sucks plants in. He has an invincible bubble shield that turns him invincible temporarily, and he can use it to escape from dangerous situations. He has hacks like Rock Wall, which can increase strength and durability, and another strength increaser known as brute strength. Brute strength allows the Imp to increase his strength by 1 and make his mech and himself more powerful. Now let's get to Imp's mech. Imp's mech is comparable to characters like Super Brains, who can scale to multi-city block to even small town level characters like Solar Flare, Green Shadow, and more. Imp's Z-mech also has an ability known as Missile Madness, which fires missiles in a rapid succession and can hit any enemy at any time possible. Imp himself also has a Disco Ball, which can summon jetpack zombies that can summon more zombies. Whoa, this arsenal is pretty big. Imp himself also can shoot lasers and teleport people away from him with a click of his remote. And Imp can also use an Electro Bolt, which he can use to attack enemies, and it's not your typical Electro Bolt. This weapon can only be used once at a time and has a long recharge. But the Imp even has a stronger variant of this mech known as the Citron Smasher, which is much bigger, larger, and more durable than the last one. He can even contend with his rival Citron a lot easier, since Citron has shown to be able to blitz most of Imp's mechs. And the Imp can also scale. The Imp's Citron Smasher mech should be able to scale to feats like from Neptuna, who created this large town level to city level storm. And the feat I mentioned earlier, Solar Flare's multi-city block level water park melting feat. Yeah, that was calculated to be a multi-city block at most. For intelligence, Imp is rather dumb, but he's able to control a spaceship, control his mech, and do a lot of other things. For his feats, Imp helped defeat Dreadwood, who's a living forest, fought on Zomboss sides for years as he's shown in the couple games, and has done a lot of other things. Please read the description for that. For his weaknesses, he's one of the most least durable zombies, and he isn't that smart overall. Can Imp beat D.Va? Who knows? Her name is D.Va. She's about 4 feet tall, and her backstory, well, she was basically drafted into Overwatch because of her mech that she was drafted to use to fight ginormous monsters that were attacking and destroying Korea. Yeah, kinda complicated for a gamer girl to be doing stuff like that. But that doesn't mean she has good feats. She has insane reactionary speed and athletic reflexes. She's fast enough to dodge lasers, bullets, and even hypersonic attacks from characters like Wrecking Ball, which is really impressive for what she is. She's an athletic human strength, being strong enough to fight on Power Tracer, and she's also a pro gamer girl, which is the reason why she's drafted to use her mech. For other feats, well, it's gonna be hard to get into since D.Va's most of her good feats come from her mech. However, without her mech, D.Va tanked an explosion that sent her flying into the ocean. However, it did break her arm. But for weapons abilities, she has her mech and her light pistol, which is basically just your average laser pistol thingamabob, but her mech. D.Va's mech has dual laser cannons, hologram projection, and a defense matrix that blocks and counters almost every single missile or projectile that's coming towards her, which is a huge bonus when D.Va's fighting against a roster that uses a lot of missile and bullet-based attacks. Her boosters allow her to do a ram attack, however it takes a ram attack which is calculated to move at 25 meters and is able to contend with Wrecking Ball, who moves at hypersonic speeds when using his variant version of D.Va's attack. And D.Va's mech also has, hologram projection. It's very unknown if D.Va can use this in attacks, but from what it's shown, it could be good for defense purposes, as D.Va has shown that she can create somewhat of walls with it and create hearts with it. So D.Va can somewhat use this as like a defense, probably, I don't know. But D.Va can also self-destruct her mech, which is very helpful, since D.Va can use this to draw opponents in, hop out, and explode. So D.Va's mech has a lot of stuff, and it's actually pretty tough. D.Va's mech is able to contend with characters like Tracer, Widowmaker, and even Wrecking Ball. She can also contend with Doomfist while in this mech, whose strongest punch is calculated to be city block level, since Doomfist can destroy whole skyscrapers with just one punch, which is extremely impressive. So with that in mind, D.Va's mech is probably one of the most strongest things in the Overwatch verse, and since she has dual laser cannons, she should be able to last very long against any of the opponents she's in. And in the Overwatch, short film, Shooting Stars, she did a lot of stuff. Well, for her feats, she's a pro gamer girl, she defended Korea from many monsters, and brawls with the likes of Tracer, Doomfist, and managed to become a hero of Overwatch. However, she has insane intelligence. She's a very good gamer girl and planner, like in the end of Shooting Stars when she used her self-destruction and shot her own mech for the explosion to go faster. She can pilot her mech very well, and she doesn't really have too many intelligence feats, but the ones she has are great. However, for her weaknesses, she's pretty cocky and she's very frail. Without her mech, she's mostly blitzed by other characters, and she doesn't really take her fight seriously considering her, gamer girl status. But could she be Imp? Let's see.
You know, I think you've been watching too many holovids.
Whoa, this is a hard match to find a winner for, but I think I just found it. The winner is the Imp! This was a hard match, and I'll get to the reason why Imp wins in just a second. First off is physical superiority and higher intelligence. This was a brains versus bronze scenario. D.Va had better reaction speed and was a lot smarter. Meanwhile, the Imp was a lot stronger, more durable, and had better movement speed. So thankfully, they both counter each other out when it comes to intelligence and brute strength alone. At their lowest in their mechs, they can scale to city block level feats. However, the Imp without his mech can scale to small building level to even large building level feats. Meanwhile, D.Va without her mech is at least wall level when it comes to her highest, since she tanked that explosion at the end of Shooting Stars that broke her arm, which means that that explosion was at most small building level to wall level. Imp without his mech has a larger arsenal too. His bubble shield, his ability to use hacks like brute strength, black hole, and rock wall. So Imp can easily use that to his advantage to make him and his mech much stronger than D.Va and her mech. And once inside their mechs, they counter each other's even more. Missile Madness is countered by the Defense Matrix, Electro Bolt and the Laser Cannon counter the dual laser cannons, and their self-destructions counter each other. Imp's melee attacks counter D.Va's charge attack, etc. However, Imp has a huger edge in his mech, as he scales to multi-city block to even town level feats, which is extremely impressive. Meanwhile, D.Va at most should be multi-city block to only city block level to scaling to Doomfist. That multi-city block is me being generous about it. And Imp even has a stronger variation of his mech known as Citron Smasher with a huger laser cannon, more durability, and a better melee attack. And Imp can use Black Hole to his edge to make D.Va and her mech way weaker. So Imp is, basically got D.Va cornered. Meanwhile, D.Va without her mech is basically screwed. With her mech, she can contend with most of the things Imp can do. However, Imp can easily BFR her using his remote or teleport her to a safe distance for his mech to come back down. Meanwhile, when D.Va loses her mech coming back is just mostly an instant. However, that doesn't really mean nothing when Imp countered most of the weapons and things D.Va can do. And without their mechs, Imp basically stomped D.Va. But then when it comes down to, defenses and weapons, D.Va's defense matrix can counter Imp's minions and Missile Madness. However, Imp can easily counter the defense matrix with his laser cannon and electric bolt-based attacks. While D.Va may have been smarter and known a lot and fought characters similar to Imp, she just couldn't get past Imp's physical superiority, strength, and his better mech and larger arsenal. The winner is the Imp.